Good evening.
Good morning.
Oh, nice. We did that. We finally did it once. Hey, this is Jimmy two-time. I'm Double AP. This is another episode of Yinzer.
The study of everything Pittsburgh.
Jimmy T to the K.
Yes.
Back in the
Talk to me.
Back in the 1900s, there was a famous saying we all are familiar with. Behind every great Yinzer man, there is a Yinzer great woman. A woman. Because the successful men had these amazing women, moms, wives, doing all the hard work. The problem is all their work went unrecognized.
Up until Aretha Franklin and Annie Lennox came along and said, listen, sisters,
sweet dreams
we're out of the kitchen and we're doing it ourselves. Cleopatra, Julius Caesar, John Kennedy and Jackie Onassis, Ben Roethlisberger and his wife.
Yes.
What's
her name?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Oh, Yinzer's out there.
Natalie.
Put down in the comments down there what Ben's wife is. We don't know.
Yeah. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, that is what you mean to me.
Coretta behind Martin Luther King Jr. You had John and Yoko, no. Napoleon Dynamite, had Josephine. You had Alexander the Great, Princess Olympias.
Working together and
Bonnie always had...
On and on and on. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. And let us not forget, Double A, the great man that we all know and love.
Drum roll.
Fred Rogers and Josie Carey.
Yeah, not his wife.
Not his wife.
But Josie
Carey.
Before the neighborhood even made it on the map, it all started with Children's Corner TV program. It was a kids program. And Josie Carey was the star. And Fred Rogers, you didn't even see him because he was a puppeteer behind the curtain. He was the man behind the curtain. You didn't even see Fred.
Yep.
It all started with Josie and her children's TV program called the Children's Corner TV program on KDKA. She never stopped working. No joke. She was on KDKA. She worked 7 days a week.
So even though they were so-called partners, Fred Rogers in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Josie Carey did a lot of that. That was basically all of her creation. She actually went ahead and co-wrote 68 songs with Mr. Rogers for the neighborhood. She worked alongside the handyman Negri, Joe Negri.
I wanted to be Joe growing up watching Fred. I love Joe Negri.
Johnny Costa, Sterling Yates.
We could do Yinzology episodes on those guys. They were professional jazz musicians. And some of her greatest hits were Tomorrow, Good Night God, It's Morning, and the Children's Corner theme song, Hi, Don't I Know You?
Now a little bit of background.
A little bit of background.
She was born back in 1930. Her name Josephine Vicarius.
Yes.
Grew up in Butler, PA, so she's a true Yinzer. The TV manager suggested that she change her name for the show to Josie Carey. She started out as a secretary to a woman named Dorothy Daniels. And one of my favorite puppets, Daniel the Striped Tiger, right there, Daniel the Striped Tiger, was named after her.
He's in the top 3.
Yeah, he's definitely in the top. I would say also X the Owl and Henrietta Pussycat.
It wasn't just puppets. They had human guests come on.
Yeah, Shirley Jones.
You remember Shirley Jones?
Charles Schultz.
Was she Partridge Family, Shirley?
I believe so.
She's the mom on Partridge.
Yeah, Charles Schultz.
Oh,
but I think everyone's gonna know this one also. Not only Charles Schultz from Peanuts, Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson was on
the Children's Corner.
The Children's Corner.
So she won the Sylvania Award. This was a big deal back in the 1950s. She won this award for the best children's program in the country. Wow. And then she went on to be Woman of the Year, according to Pittsburgh Post-Gazette in 1965.
We're dating ourselves saying the Post-Gazette. Press, Post-Gazette, now it's a Trib.
Are they even going? They're still going.
The Press I don't think is going, but
I thought there was a strike.
Yeah, I think it is. I still follow it.
Okay, let's hope they're still... Newspapers are having a hard time.
Yeah. And,
because of YouTube's.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, both Duquesne University, my alma mater, Duquesne University,
yes,
and the Pittsburgh Junior Chamber of Commerce honored her with award-winning children's programming. So, like, iconic figure and iconic programming executive and development and creation was Josie Carey.
We talked about how she was a singer and songwriter, but she really was a pioneer in TV production. Not just children's shows, but just TV. There wasn't a whole lot of TV going on at the time. She was a pioneer in TV production. What else did she do? She was a master puppeteer.
She was an actress. My mother actually was in a play with her in Rochester, Pennsylvania, right outside of Pittsburgh, a long time ago, 25 years ago or so.
Did your mom say you were related?
I am related to Josie Carey. I actually was at a wedding where Josie was.
You met Josie.
And I met Mr. Rogers as well. I knew Josie. Yeah, I knew Josie. Yeah.
She directed theater. She was an actress. She would commute from Pittsburgh down to where we are, down in North Carolina. South Carolina she would film, but it aired in North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, another children's show. I think that one was called Wee! She also did Josie's Attic on WQED's sister channel, WQEX, for you Yinzers that remember that one. That one was a weird, was a weird channel. But yeah.
You need the rabbit ears for that one.
That was in the 90s. She was still working. I mean, she just never stopped.
And Josie did pass away back in 2004 at the age of 73. And she loved everything that she did. Yeah. She, you know, like I said, in tune with all that stuff, just loved creating.
And she loved Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And she was from Pittsburgh, just like, you know, we are. We're two guys. We're two dudes.
And we're two dads. And we're doodads.
And we're at.